So this is towards the end of 2013. So I have a meeting with Protel Studios. They told me, okay, guys, go shoot a pilot. We take it to KTN, because Hapakule was on KTN. We take it to KTN. Let's see what they will say about it. So we shoot a pilot episode. We took it to KTN. Bro, we saw the promo running on KTN.
You never truly know people until you take the time out to get to know people. You never truly know people until you take the time out to get to know people. We're having an amazing, this is the Playhouse featuring Philip Karanja. If you're catching us from here, imagine, do your life a favor again, go and watch from the beginning. The story is rich, there's a lot of lessons that we are learning. I'm also saying that I'm doing a leadership series. So there's things that are coming out because Yani, and leaders, I don't just mean political leaders. Leaders are across vast every industry. And you're here, and here we have a leader within the film and TV industry, content creation and much more. So, mother-in-law, uko AD. You've killed you. Abel amewamaliza.
Ametumaliza.
He's finished you. You are no longer actors. But then also you're doing mother-in-law.
Yeah.
What did you graduate?
From Taidia?
No, not from Redia. From Campo.
From Campo. Yes, we did. 2000 kolea tunanga nini kakofia but tunangwanga na gown. Yes, 2008 we both graduated. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're alumni of
KMC, Kenya Institute of Mass Communication.
You and Abel are still living together this time. Ama yes. Sai Abel ametoka.
Tulitoka vile Mumbu aliingia kwa pizza.
Mumbu hajaingia this time.
Which year tuko hapa?
Mumbu
aliingia 2010. So vile Mumbu aliingia, of course nikatoka. Yeah.
Your date life yako things are elephant kwa sababu ya kazi. Wewe una date kazi, una date Citizen. Mother-in-law yako ako Citizen.
Bro. Hadi hata siwezi kataa.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I was just like, the mother-in-law yako ako Citizen.
Chikula amejimaliza na hiyo joke yake mbaya.
So anyway, at this time when Abel now chomokas, you guys are still in Citizen, still grinding.
Yes.
What is a turning point that makes you say, okay, so I need time to leave? Or what happens? Maybe you don't.
Okay. Again, 2005. That's when we met with Abel tukiingia Kole, and then we quickly learned that we both wanted the same thing, which is to own our own production company and to do our own films and TV shows. By 2012, that fire is still in us. At this point, we've hustled professionally from 2007 to 2012. This is 2012, yeah.
Can I ask, at your peak, what kind of money are you making?
Combined between Tidy High and Mother-in-Law combined, maybe like 200 G's.
A month?
Yes.
As a young guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because these are 2 shows now, and I'm also like at the peak of being crew. Also, again, the hustler side of me, because Citizen was doing a lot of TV shows, so hawakuwa na enough equipment. So in my investment thing, I bought equipment, lights. So I also used to hire lights to the show.
Nice.
So get extra. So yes, collectively the equipment plus my salary was coming to almost 200K.
Nice.
Yeah.
And a Citizen asking you to join our staff?
No.
They're not, eh?
No.
They like you the way you're working?
Yes.
And you're, but who is paying you? Wamoyo's company?
No, Citizen directly. So because the shows belong to Citizen.
Oh.
So even when you do a payroll, it goes directly to Citizen. So they pay directly to the crew.
So
and
you're
the cast.
literally a Citizen staff.
Yes, it was never officially.
Yes, because you're getting money from Citizen to do Citizen shows.
Yes.
It's just that una hizo ma benefits na hizo vitu.
Manze.
Oh.
Yeah. So that thing is still alive in us. So by 2012, that thing is pushing us. I think we're ready now. We can try our own thing. So 2012, we register our company, Philit Productions Limited. People always ask me that name with your name. Now ambianga, your time when you were going to register a company, you had to give 5 names. So Philit Productions was name number 5. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 zilikataliwa before Philit. Davle ilikuja tuko okay, sawa. Hii ndio imekubalika, twende nayo. 2012 we registered our company. We did not get a gig until 2016.
What?
4 years we never got a gig as a company. Anyway, again 2012, Abel at this point.
Both of you equal directors?
Yes, equal directors.
50-50.
50-50. Okay. Yeah. At this point, Abel ashatukolapsi huko hivyo kwa bafu, akasema mimi sitakufa huko, so aliamka akasema sifanyi kazi tena. Luckily he did some interesting joke. Juu alikuwa ameanza ku try out stand up comedy that got TNA guys to notice him. Remember, this is the run up to the 2013 elections. Yeah, there was an election in 2013.
Not 2012.
Nakumbuka ilipushiwa mbele because of something of the constitution. It was supposed to be 2012 December, but it happened in 20.
No, anyway, New election. The first TNA, the first Uhuru time.
Yes, Uhuru Ruto. The very first time. So he goes on a campaign trail and he's helping create content for the campaign team. Yes, so alikuwa in charge of side ya youth. So mimi nikabaki huko hivi. So I'm still slaving away with Tahidi and mother-in-law. He does a whole year with the Team Uhuru team. Then siasa tukagundua tu it's not our thing. Hiyo sio kitu yake. So he again, the concepts, because we were working with different concepts, he starts working with Protel Studios. You,
at this time?
Me, I'm still holding it down.
At
Citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Tahidi and mother-in-law. So I want to show you how it comes in. Okay. So remember that thing where I told you, si kwa na hiyo kitu ya wenda. Alafu tutapatana mbele.
Yeah.
Ni time yangu ya kuenda tupatane mbele. So hii ilikuwa one of those periods. We have a company open, but nothing is coming. We still need to pay your bills. We still need to eat. Wenda mbele as we keep trying getting shows. So election season imeisha. He's done like a whole year. Siasa is not his thing. He goes to Protel Studios. They come up with a concept called Hapa Kule News. He's the main writer, and he's also an actor in some of the segments. So they do one clip called The Real Househelps of Kawangware. I watch it. I call him immediately, bro, this is our next show. Because it went viral. I think on YouTube that clip got over 5 million views. And this was when YouTube is just
back
coming.
In the day.
Yeah, this is now 2013 uko mwisho. Yeah, almost 2013 at the end. And I'm like, you know what, as you're doing your thing, let's prepare a pitch deck. Let's go talk to the owner of the company, Protel Studios, who is Sarah Migwi. So, yeah, so he goes and pitches the story, and he's like, I know the perfect person to direct it. So this is towards the end of 2013. So I have a meeting with Protel Studios. They told me, okay, guys, go shoot a pilot. We take it to KTN, because Hapa Kule was on KTN. We take it to KTN. Let's see what they will say about it. So we shoot a pilot episode. We took it to KTN. Bro, we saw the promo running on KTN.
Show coming.
Yes. The show was so good. The pilot episode was so good. Like hata hawaku negotiate. Walisema we are like tuliona nini kiran. So we are here calling Protel Sarah. Yo, we're seeing here show coming. Kwani umeturuka? Ako, what do you mean show coming? Hata yeye mwenyewe ajui. So she's calling KTN. They're like, Protel, I mean Sarah, tuliona hii concept ni moto na hatukuwa tunataka kudilidali. Wewe kuja sasa tuongee. Wewe come tuongee. Juu ishonekane issue haiwezi enda place ingine. Sasa unaweza come tuongee. So again, I didn't have time to prepare my producer director then at Citizen Wamoyo that I might be leaving, but I kept telling her, oh, right now we're shooting a pilot, and then because we know the process before a TV show is it doesn't come like this. So 2 weeks ago I'm telling her we are shooting a pilot. 2 weeks later I'm telling her the show is on air na tumepewa hadi TX date when the show goes on air. So I kinda need to go.
Guy.
Yeah, she was pissed. She was pissed. She was not happy about it, and it was a hard decision for me. One, genuinely, I'm not a very spending kukosea mtu genuinely, and then two, the way things had gone, it was not professional. Like you don't tell someone from next week on Monday I can't come in. I need to start shooting this new show. But then at the back of my head, I'm like, Phil, you know very well you cannot work under someone for the rest of your life. This is your moment. You only get one chance in life. So do you stay here to please Citizen and your bosses? Or do you take that leap of faith? And remember, Citizen is the OG, so their budgets are KTN budgets. Bro, I literally took more than... I told you I was going on with like 200K per month. With the Real Househelps of Kawangware, I went down to 80K.
Wow.
I took a huge pay cut.
Okay.
But it was going to be our first show. Me directing, Abel writing. Our first thing.
So, okay, that's a big one. So for you, the motivation for leaving, you felt like you had hit the ceiling.
Yes.
In this place, and therefore needed to, even though it meant going down financially, you were going up in terms of owning an asset. And not even owning it like you guys were the behind the scenes of everything.
Right.
So as far as we're concerned, Househelps of Kawangware was done by Philit, even though the credits weren't given to Philit.
At that point, they hired us as individuals. We later on tried to have a conversation about merging the companies, but that didn't pan out. So, yes, the show was owned by Protel, is owned by Protel. It's a Protel product. Abel came in as a writer. I was hired as a director. Okay.
Yeah. So, let me come back to this Househelps of Kawangware. Why did people like that show? What did you see? Is it because it went viral? Or are there aspects that make a good show?
There are aspects that make a good show. One is relatability. Coming back to Tahidi High, Tahidi High was a show that was never supposed to work. Like I told you, the guy who was filming, the cameraman, was someone who used to film news. Then amerushwa to do a drama. And then we have one light. So and then the trick that the producer used to use for the writers. So for Househelps of Kawangware, so I learned from Tahidi High, you needed to make the workplace fun. Yes, because we literally used to enjoy. We were all age mates, we were all young, so we used to enjoy. Like even on days when you're not supposed to be on set, you'll just go hang out with them, upige kelele with them. So, and then we learned relatability. Now, Househelps of Kawangware, relatability A1. I think everyone has a house help, or you've encountered one. The other thing I didn't like, but I had to swallow the hard pill. I had always promised myself, mimi sifanyi show watu wanaongea na accents. No, I'm a proper filmmaker. Mtu anaongea hapo na accent ya Kiluya sijui kikan z. Then we started doing research as we were now storylining, and we realized, show me one house help who doesn't have an accent. So we were like, okay, so for heaven's sake, for believability, they're going to have accents. So now we started developing characters with accents. So that also gave us, again, relatability. And then finally, this was the Spice X, the ingredient. We were like, what will differentiate our shows from the tribal jokes and everything, and the accent jokes, which Kenyans always do. So we had a show about househelps, but the script was very elite. And that was on purpose, because we wanted to capture, unajua mtu akishasikia show ni about househelps, mtu karichia atasema hiyo sio show yangu. But unapata kuna mtu kwa hiyo show, one of the househelps anaongea about cheat codes za video game za PS5 uko
hold on
asa anaongea lugha yangu. So ama unapata msana piga mistari punchlines za Jay-Z na 50 Cent.
Yeah.
So we have a show that's cutting across everyone.
Wow.
From again, my life again came into play with this.
Both worlds.
Both worlds. So this show could cut across bougie people, and it could cut across to mass market. And then at this point, Abel's writing has just blossomed now. He's been writing for years now. And finally amepewa freedom. Yeye ndio kusema. So wewe jiachilie.
Wow.
And he which I think nowadays everyone does, but the way he structures his lines, his scripts, when he's writing a line, he'll do it the way you do for a hip-hop track. He'd do a setup, a metaphor, and a punchline. So he does very quotable lines. And then because I know him and the way he writes, and so when I'm directing, I'm making sure those lines are being delivered the way a hip-hop artist will deliver it.
I get it.
Yeah. So it was very intentional, and people, and so what happened next was, around this time, Twitter was becoming a big thing. So manze, guys would wait for the Real Househelps of Kawangware. Wanachukua hizo lines, wanakimbia kuzitweet.
For real.
Househelps of Kawangware every week used to trend on Twitter organically. So it just blew up. And then at that point, Protel Studios were one of the few first aggregators of YouTube. So even when Sarah alikuwa ameona mbali, so already issue alikuwa anajua ita end up online. So the show will air on just to be on Wednesday. I hope so. On Wednesday, by Thursday it's on YouTube. So now it's going viral online. It's going viral on Twitter, and it's really doing well on TV, on mainstream.
I can't believe I never bumped into you at that time. I worked at Protel.
Hey, uliniambia, I was like, what do you mean?
And the show Get Lifted, and also I was working with Sarah as an aggregator. I was learning from her about YouTube. Because you're right.
Yes.
Sarah, Ngoma, Homeboys, lakini walilala, NTV were the first aggregators in this country, making this thing that is called money that people now make off the platform.
Right.
For you, what does the downgrade mean? Umetoka 200K. Umekuwa ndani ya Potiphar's house, bro, unaingia prison.
Hey! Walai, umeput so correctly. Oh my God.
Ilikuwa umemake.
Yeah, manze. Yo, on a personal level, it was crazy. Because this is 2014. So at mother-in-law, kuna mrembo pale nimechikicheki na kafiti. Kit. Na ameingia box.